Airports are one of the most important places in global transportation, as they are the places from which planes, both passenger and cargo, land and depart. However, at the time of this video, there are approximately 40,000 airports worldwide, of which approximately 9,000 are commercial, which is not enough for global traffic, and some airports are in need of renovation. In this video, we look at the 6 largest airport projects in the world, which will cost tens of billions of dollars and will accelerate global air travel. Number 6. Navi Mumbai International Airport. The first airport on our list is being built in Navi Mumbai, a suburb of Mumbai, the largest city in India. More precisely, it is already ready, but it has not yet been handed over. I have already mentioned this airport in a previous video in connection with Indian megaprojects, but it was not ready at that time, since the construction of the airport itself began in 2022 and was handed over in October 2025 in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The reason why this completed airport was included in the list is that with the handover itself, operations have not yet begun. Currently only tests are taking place in the airport area. The first commercial flight can take off from here at the end of 2025. The other reason is that the currently handed over part of the airport is only the first phase. After that, according to the plans, 3 other phases will be handed over until 2032, and all this will be supplemented by 2 runways. Mumbai currently has 1 airport, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport, but the city's growing population requires the construction of a second airport, which will be Navi Mumbai Airport. When all 4 terminals are completed, it will be able to handle up to 90 million passengers per year, making it one of the busiest airports in the world. In addition to commercial terminals, the airport will also house a fuel depot, a cargo terminal, air traffic control towers, and a metro link to the city and its port, as well as a cargo rail line. The total cost of the project in 2032 is estimated at $3.6 billion. Number 5. Western Sydney International Airport. Sydney, like Mumbai, already has an airport, Kingsford Smith Airport, but this airport has reached its maximum capacity in recent years, and due to its location close to the water, there is no room for expansion. Therefore, a new airport, Western Sydney International Airport, will be built a little further west of the city. It is planned to be opened in 2026, and this will be the first phase of the airport, which will only contain 1 runway, which will be 3.7 kilometers long. The first phase will be able to handle around 10 million passengers per year, but more phases will be built in the future, so its traffic may increase to 37 million passengers per year by 2050, but this will also require a second runway. It will also reach a capacity of 83 million passengers by 2063, which will require further terminal expansions. The airport itself will cost $3.5 billion, but it's not the location that will make the project expensive, but its location. I've mentioned the Sydney Metro project in several videos before, which is one of the most expensive metro projects in the world, and 2 sections of it have already been completed by the time this video was made. However, the current line will also be expanded, and 2 more lines will be built, one of which is the Western Sydney Airport Metro, which will later be connected and further expanded to the central network. The total cost of the Sydney Metro is $30 billion, of which the section involving the airport will account for $11 billion. Number 4. Changi Airport, Terminal 5. Singapore has the 15th busiest airport in the world, and for the past decade Changi Airport has consistently been named the world's best airport. The current airport consists of 4 terminals, with plans to expand by adding a terminal in the future. This will be Terminal 5, which will be built on an area of 1,080 hectares in Changi East, making it officially the world's largest terminal. It is scheduled to be completed in the 2030s and is estimated to cost $10 billion. This terminal will also be built in 2 phases, the first of which will handle 50 million passengers per year, and the second with the completion of 70 million passengers per year, bringing the total airport capacity to 135 million passengers per year. Singapore is well known for its well-developed and extensive metro system, and its airport is also served by a metro line, the East-West Line. This metro line runs through the central part of the airport, providing direct access to the city center. However, the Thomson East Coast Line, which currently serves the western part of the city, was opened in 2020 and will be extended to the airport by 2030, connecting to the previously mentioned east-west line at the current airport station. This will ensure and standardize the entire airport transport network, including the currently operating SkyTran, which connects terminals 1, 2, and 3. Number 3. King Salman International Airport expansion. In previous videos, we have already mentioned the Saudi Vision 2030, within the framework of which Saudi Arabia will want to boost its tourism by building all kinds of large-scale megaprojects to attract tourists to the country. One of these projects is the capital's airport, King Salman International Airport, which was named after the current King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. However, the current Riyadh airport is not called King Salman, but King Khalid Airport, the reason for which is that the King Salman Airport project will essentially be built on the current King Khalid Airport, by developing the current terminals. It is worth knowing about the country's aviation that the world's largest airport, King Fahd International Airport, is located in Dammam, a city in the eastern part of the country, and covers an area of 776 square kilometers. This new airport in the capital, however, will cover an area of 57 square kilometers, so similarly to Dammam Airport, it will be among the largest in the world. But what will the much talked about developments include? First, the current airport has 5 terminals, and the new airport will expand them to include 6 passenger terminals and a private jet terminal, not to mention a cargo terminal, so that it can handle 3.5 million tons of goods per year by 2050. The current airport has 2 runways, but the new airport will expand this to 6 runways. The airport will also get a new residential area, where it is planned to have offices and hotels for those transferring. The most unique part, however, is that it will have a single concourse, from which all terminals will be accessible, and it will contain mosques, and from here the King Abdullah Financial District will also be accessible via the yellow line of the brand new Riyadh Metro. When completed by the 2030s, it will handle 100 million passengers annually, rising to 185 million by 2050. The airport will be the base for the new Riyadh Airlines, providing access to the rest of the world, and is a key element in tourism development. Number 2. Centralny Port Komunikacyjny. After looking at a few new airports, mainly in Asia and Oceania, let's now look at Europe, where Poland has recently become one of the fastest growing economies. Poland also plays a prominent role in NATO in terms of defense spending, which is also relevant to the current project. The country's busiest airport is the capital, Warsaw Chopin Airport, which is expected to handle 21 million passengers in 2024 alone. The country has also undergone a technological transformation and is currently working on building a high-speed rail network, similar to those in Germany or France, that will connect the country and even neighboring countries at high speed. This fast connection will allow for the construction of an airport in the central part of the country, called the Centralny Port Komunikacyjny, or Central Communication Port in English. This airport is planned to be completed by 2032 and will be the largest transport hub in Eastern Europe. The specific name of the airport is Solidarity Airport, which in its first phase will be able to serve 40 million people per year, making it the 12th busiest airport in Europe, and its traffic could later increase to 100 million people per year. This would open up the possibility of Warsaw being accessible from the airport in 15 minutes by the new railway, but most cities would be accessible from there in 2.5 hours, which is much more economical than if each city had a separate airport. Construction is planned to begin in 2027 and the first aircraft will take off in the 2030s. The total investment cost is approximately $34 billion. Number 1. Al Maktoum International Airport. Al Maktoum International Airport, or DWC Airport for short, is a planned airport in Dubai, which is currently under construction and is being built in the western part of the city compared to the current Dubai airport. Like the other airports mentioned in the video, Dubai already has an airport, but it is already the second busiest airport in the world, serving 92 million passengers per year, and there is no possibility of expansion. In 2021, Dubai hosted the World Expo, and for this purpose a completely new part of the city was built in the western part of the city, but this part of the city could be expanded further to include an airport. DWC Airport opened in 2010, but it currently does not serve passengers very much and currently only has 1 terminal and 1 runway and mainly functions as a cargo airport. The reason for this is the poor connectivity to the city. Dubai Airport is well connected to the city center by the Red Metro line, But this metro line stops at Expo City and does not go further to the airport. However, in the future, if the red metro line is extended, it will also serve the airport. In addition, another metro project is planned for the eastern part of the city, which is the blue metro, but if this is further expanded to the southern part of the city after its planned completion in 2029, going to DWC Airport, it will be even better connected to the city. In addition, the airport will also receive other services, primarily monorail, for good transportation, which will operate between the terminals. DWC Airport is planned to serve 160 to 260 million passengers per year, and the completion of the expansions will entail the closure of the current Dubai airport. It will include a huge terminal, as well as 5 runways and approximately 400 aircraft gates. Several aircraft will be able to take off and land at the airport at the same time. Emirates and its subsidiary also plan to move their headquarters to the airport once it is completed. The project is expected to cost $35 billion, but Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has already approved the plans and parts of the airport expansion could be completed around 2032. Of course, there are many other airports that are being expanded or built. These were just a few more expensive and larger examples, as well as investments that could also affect global traffic. But which one was your favorite among the ones listed, and which one would you most like to travel to? Write your answer in the comments, and if you would like to see more similar content, support my work with your subscription. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next time.